Hello garden friends and welcome back. I have quite a few new subscribers and I wanted to thank them for joining us. And if you have any questions about gardening, leave them in the comments below and maybe I can answer them or any of my followers. And for those that don't know me, my name is Debbie. I garden in Zone 6A, southwest suburbs of Chicago. I am a master gardener and a butterfly raising hobbyist. So let's talk about what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to be starting my cool flowers, which I will link that video from last week. And I'm going to be starting with my violas. And so I thought that I would compare different types of seed starting mixes and see how they grew. And I did 4 different kinds of seed starting mix. The ones that I did were Promix, and I used that last year and it was very successful. I used those for all of my flowers. I did use Vermont compost and I used that for my Lisianthus, and that video is above as well. And I will stick with that for my soil blockers because they seem to hold up very well in soil blocks. But the rest of my seed starting mixes, I've had various different ones. The year before I had Fox Farm, Ocean Forest, I've done Johnny's, but this year I am going to be trying a new one, Coast to Coast. And that is a new seed starting mix that I've not tried. And those you can find in Amazon, and I'll link it in the description box below. Then I'm going to also try 2 that you guys can get anywhere. And that is, the first one is Burpee, the same company that does the Burpee seeds, and then Jiffy. And that was my very first seed starting mix that I used when I started gardening. So I wanted to make sure I also tried the ones that you guys might have more access to. So those are the 4 types. I did Promix, Coast to Coast, Burpee, and Jiffy. So I wanted to let you know what is in each of those as well, and the approximate cost. So I have a little cheat sheet here. The Promix I have is 16 quarts and it contains Canadian sphagnum, peat moss, coir, perlite, and soy-based natural fertilizer. The Coast to Coast is also 16 quarts and that is blended sphagnum peat moss, compost, aged bark, perlite, kelp meal, lobster and crab shell meal, worm castings, and mycorrhiza. Burpee is also 16 quart sustainable and renewable soil amendments made from cocoa fiber and alternative to peat moss and horticultural grade perlite. It is enriched with Burpee natural and organic plant food. And the last one is Jiffy. That one I couldn't find anything on Amazon for 16 quarts, so I had bought this at Walmart, and it's a 12 quart Canadian sphagnum peat moss and wool pulp. The mix is enhanced with peat moss, vermiculite, and lime. So Jiffy, the one I bought from Walmart, is approximately $5.97. I did see one on Amazon. I take that back for $22.25 for 16 quarts. The Burpee is $8.64 at Walmart. Coast to Coast is online on Amazon for $17.91, and the Promix is $27.82. So wide range of prices. And if you guys want to see a comparison with potting soil, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll do that as well. So like I said, I'm going to be doing the violas. I'm going to be starting all of them with the violas so that there's no variance in seed. And you'll see when we go downstairs in my seed starting room that I did a tray of each of the different soils, and then I also did a tray of each, adding my amenities, which I add the green sand and mycorrhiza to see if that makes a difference with any of those soil types. So we're going to experiment here, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of that this year. I'm going to be trying different kinds of ways to, like your vegetables. You can put in the tomato cages, You can also stake. I think I'm going to try to use twine and see if I can grow those with the twine and hang those a little bit. I've seen a bunch of gardeners use this type, and I'm going to give that a try. And then I'm also going to do the straw bales. So I'm going to be growing in my farm garden both of those two methods. So make sure you're following along and you're subscribed, and hit the notification bell so you get those future videos. Of course, in the summer, once my flowers are growing, I will be doing bouquet building, and also I hope to do some planting guides. So how to get started with, maybe you want to start a pollinator garden, and I'll give you some ideas for that. So again, make sure you're subscribed. I also use a specific type of seed tray, and they're heavier duty, and I will show you when we go downstairs what those look like. I will link that in the description box below. So let's go downstairs in my seed starting room and show you what I'm going to be doing for my experimental seed starting mixes. Okay, here we are in my seed starting room. I got everything prepared. I put all the soil in each of these Epic seed starting trays, and they're hard plastic. That way you have to, you know how when you get the plastic ones they crack, and these will not crack. They're very heavy duty. So I'm going to be getting more, and they have domes and trays for them as well, and that's what's coming as well. I just tried these out last year for the first time and did my herbs in them, and they did great. So this is for this experiment, I'm using these. And so as you can see, I have Promix without A, so that's without amenities. And then I have a Promix with amenities, and that is with the mycorrhiza and the green sand. And I'll show you that one second. So with amenities, I added what I add to everything that I grow, minus this experiment. I've used the green sand and the mycorrhiza. Now some of these seed starting mix have some of these ingredients, not the green sand, but it does have the mycorrhiza. And then I top everything off with vermiculite just to retain moisture. So again, what I did is I used this Pansy Floral Days Morning Dew. I'm going to use them for all of these. And each one I did the seed starting mix. So I have Promix, and I'll show you what that bag looks like. That is, again, what I used last year. And this is what the Promix bag looks like. I did, this is a new one for me, I'm trying this year, Coast to Coast. And this one is this bag. I did Burpee. And this is the mix, Burpee Organic. The last one was Jiffy, and that's this one right here. And this is the Jiffy bag mix. So I'm going to try each of these with this viola, and I will keep you updated. The reason I did these, not only do I have to start these early, but it only takes 5 to 7 days. Wanted something that doesn't take a long time to germinate, so we can follow it along. And then maybe I could have those in my planter that I have right now my winter greens in. So hoping those will be able to be put in there in a couple of months. So we're going to start with these. So let me get the other camera started, and we will go from there, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing, okay? So I have my toothpick and my seeds, and then I'm just going to dip it in some water, and then I think I'm going to put a couple in each. And these are supposed to be surface sown, which just means you just put them right on the surface. You don't cover them. They just need light to germinate. So I am going to be doing that with all of these. Let's finish these with some vermiculite. Lightly sprinkle it because they need the light to germinate. And then I'm going to lightly water them in. With my Johnny's sprayer. And put some plastic wrap and put them under the lights and heat mats. So that's it for today, and I will keep you updated weekly as to the progress of these aged trays. See ya later. Don't forget, I do have a giveaway from my previous video, which was the Cool Hardy Annuals video, and I will link that in the description box below, but it is my previous video. I'll link that also above if you want to check that out. I believe we've got a few more days. The giveaway closes on Sunday. I will be having 2 more giveaways in February, so make sure you're following along. Next week, I'm going to be sharing what perennials I'll be growing. I am working hard on my current garden at my home to have mostly perennials in the ground, and then annuals will be in my pots. So I will have that video up next week, and then we'll be doing some winter sowing and also some sprouting of ranunculus and anemones. So lots going on seed starting. Hope everyone has a great week. Thanks for watching and happy gardening. Bye-bye.